Now, one of the aspects that we talk about on this podcast, I mean, we're big
Mhm.
on the military, we're big
Mhm.
on law enforcement, like huge on law enforcement. But another thing
Yeah.
that I feel is an important concept that people need to know, or that people need to kind of get their mind around, is survival. And that's one of the reasons also that you are here because you're a survivalist. So,
Yes.
how did you actually start getting into doing that?
So with the survivalist, I actually moved when I moved to Georgia. I
Okay.
actually had talked to Survival Sisters. I don't know if you know Fred from
I
Survival
am. No,
Sisters.
I don't know them, but I'm familiar with
Yeah.
their work, and I am an admirer, a huge fan.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
definitely, and that's actually how I linked up with you. So yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yep, yep.
Yep. So I started working with the kids, with his
Hmm.
girls, which I love them. They're so sweet and they were really about their business. And I loved it because I met kids before that, but it's
Hmm.
sort of fun for them. It was fun for the survival sisters, but they were serious about making sure they did what they need to do and stayed safe. And I just loved it. And
Yeah.
then I
Okay.
met Fred and seen what a committed dad he was, and I loved it even more.
Hmm.
So as the girls grew older, they started doing other things in their life as they should, going to
Sure did.
college and high school and stuff like that. Yeah. So we had the idea, well, Fred had the idea, and he wanted me to be a part of it as, just getting women together as a sisterhood and us doing survivalist stuff.
Hmm.
So from there, we just all got together. I was one of the first ones to actually, start just meeting other girls that he was
Yeah.
bringing out that were writing about wanting the experience. And they would come out and we do everything. Now I do hunting. We don't take everybody hunting, but we do take some people that we feel like, they're ready. They can be safe and
Hmm.
ready to actually experience that. But we do hunting, and you know, we out here.
What
we
kind of
really
what kind of what kind of hunting do you do? Do you bow hunt? Do you rifle, shotgun? What, I mean, what do you? How do you?
right rifle, and we do hog, and we do deer. Yep.
Oh wow, that's I'm impressed. So now I know you do like I said survival and
Yeah.
just a couple of questions to kind of ask
Hmm.
about that. Do you believe
Hmm.
in bugging in or bugging out?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, hmm, look, I'm like,
Yeah, okay.
hmm.
Okay, okay.
uh, look, I'm trying to think like. Hmm. I don't know, cause Fred is always a on the moment type thing. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's like, right, it depends on the situation. So I sort of just think of it that way, like,
Probably, I guess, probably you being in a more scenic location, bugging in isn't
hmm
going to be a problem because you don't have to worry about hordes of people possibly taking over
that's
your
true.
position or breaking into whatever, and
Hmm.
that's not really a threat for you. So probably
Right.
bugging in would be the most ideal. I get, like you said, it's based
But
off
it,
of
it
where you
depends,
are.
yeah,
Yeah,
because sometimes if you're in a situation where everybody, like, I don't know if you remember, but when like the COVID stuff first started in Philadelphia
yeah,
and they were talking about it, people were running in people's houses crazy.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
I feel like if you have a family that you want to protect, it might be easier to sort of be out if you're a survivalist and know how to survive outside than
Hmm.
to be a sitting duck in a space where all these people are coming and attacking you. So it really depends to me. I think it depends on the situation. So,
Okay. Okay. So, if we're talking about being a survivalist, what would you
mhm.
think is the ideal type of equipment to put in a survival kit, like a pack? What would you
So,
think?
so you mean on the everyday?
Not
Like if
less.
you do.
Well, yeah, we'll
Hmm.
do that too. I was gonna say we can talk about your everyday
Hmm.
carry, but yeah, what would you like everyday carry, or just have like if you have something to put in the closet, just in case something hits the fan, like you'll use that scenario, like if
Right,
something
and you
hits the
gotta
fan
go.
scenario. Yeah, yeah, exactly. What would you
Yeah.
think you put in a kit? What would be an ideal setup?
So I always tell people, water, you can't have enough water because you
Okay.
never know what the situation is going to be. So having some type of water is always great, whether it's just a filter so you can clean your water, or having actual, gallons of spring water or whatever so you could take with you, is a one. Some people, they jar, whatever they
Mm-hmm.
do, have some type of food is always great. Of course, having your firearm is always great because you never know what the situation is going to come to hand.
Definitely.
Having a good steady knife that you can actually use to cut. Me, I have multiple because you have different knives for different things.
Absolutely.
Um, so having that is always a one. One thing we were just learning about was having, I don't know if you ever seen them, but they're like a everything scarf. You
Mm.
probably have seen them because in the military. So I know like for sand and
Yeah,
different type
yeah,
of
yeah.
weather,
Okay.
you can use them. Yeah. So the everyday scarf is something that we now put in our kits
Mm-hmm.
because whether it's the weather or just for some reason you sort of got to be, more low key. That scarf can help you in so many different ways. Just
Absolutely.
warming up your face can warm up your body.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Um, and then I'm trying to think kit wise because I know like in the car, like we have wool blankets. We always make
Mm-hmm.
sure we got some type of wool blankets. Some type of, only because everything is so technology now, you want to get out of that. So, but you said you have so much stuff. You have your phone, you have a
Yeah, yeah,
thousand
definitely.
different things, technology. So having like something that can sort of, charge but not need to be plugged in, like if you got something from satellite or if you got something from the sun or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It depends on what type of device you got, but having something that can charge is a good thing. Matches, lighters, stuff
Yeah.
like that is good because lighters go out, so
Mm-hmm.
having matches, just it just, I guess it always depends on your situation, but having your main sources is always great.
Definitely.
Antibiotics, boo boo kits,
Mm-hmm.
um, if it's a real crazy situation, of course, you want your tourniquet and all that type of stuff. You want
Mm-hmm.
your kit for survival, to be able to save lives as well as your own. So
Definitely, definitely.
me, me being a nurse, of course, I got CPR stuff and all different types of stuff, to try to help somebody and be able to
Mm-hmm.
help myself. So.